being a creative thinker really helped me come up with all my books and the creativity school. So that's why I'm such a advocate for creative thinking. All of these books are written on topics that I have, experience with and things that I've learned from my own life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Leadership Stack Podcast, the podcast for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs to increase your leadership, teamwork, and profits. This is your host, Sean C., aka Mr. CEO at 22. Hey guys, welcome back to the Leadership Stack Podcast. Today we have Mr. Fredrick Kyomya. He is from all the way from guess where, Uganda, and actually the first guest we have on the show from Uganda. And he has founded the Creativity School and Kyomya Publishing. And he has authored, would you believe it, 13 self-help books at the age of 25 years old. You can check out his books. We're going to leave the links in the show notes. But as of today, I just want to say, Fredrick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Fredrick, this is the most interesting question that we usually touch base on during the beginning of the show. And that is, what is your startup journey? I mean, you started out this thing called the Creativity School and you started your own publishing company. How did that happen? Where did you get the idea? Where did you get the inspiration, funding, whatever it is that moved you from point A to point B? We want to know the story behind it.
Well, I would say it was really born out of struggle. Firstly, for my publishing, when I wrote my first book, I tried to find an agent and I was rejected 44 times. So I couldn't find an agent. I was getting rejected left, right, and center. So that's when I decided to take matters into my own hands and self-publish. And so that was the beginning of Kyomya Publishing. I just decided to really just take control and publish my own work. And as far as, becoming an entrepreneur, about July last year, I had just finished a work situation and it wasn't satisfactory to me. So I didn't really, my prospects weren't really looking so good, finding another job, and it was really difficult. So I just decided to start what I was doing and just go for it. So that is the background to what I'm doing now.
So tell us about the Creativity School. How did you get the idea of starting that up? I understand that you got rejected by publishers, and there are a certain number of people I know in my network who pretty much went through the same struggle. I mean, if you're an author for the first time, you don't have a name for yourself. No one knows you. No one knows your stuff. It is a struggle. I understand Kyomya Publishing was born out of that struggle, but how about the Creativity School? What's the story behind that?
Well, the Creativity School, it was less of like a lightning bolt kind of moment. It was really just it took a while to kind of take shape. When I first started, it looked very different from what it looks like now, actually. I really just wanted to create a platform where learning was more exploratory and learning was more interactive. So it wasn't just like me, giving instruction to whoever is on the platform. I really wanted the platform to be an exploration of different topics, self-mastery, money, things like that. So that's really the idea behind the Creativity School. And that's the reason I created the Creativity School, is to explore all these different topics.
I've seen some of your books, How to Master Yourself, How to Plan Effectively, How to Be a Creative Thinker. How did you get the ideas of, I'm an author myself. I wrote 2 books. It was difficult for me to give birth. Literally, it's like giving birth, right? When you write a book, the process is so long in writing, editing, rewriting it, having it re-edited, doing the final editing, the layout, the book cover, getting some blurbs in, getting a foreword in, and it is a long process. And one of the things that I struggled with during the beginning was thinking about what is it really that I want to write. And it's not because I lack something that I want to write. It's just that I have so much things that I want to write about, but it cannot be about everything. One book cannot be about everything. It has to have a certain niche. And I could see that yours was kind of segmented into very niche parts: how to master yourself, a simple guide on self-mastery, how to plan effectively. How did you come upon these segmentations on the topics that these books are going to be talking about?
Well, all of my work is really based on things that I've experienced. For example, how to plan effectively. In my career, I've had to plan what I was doing before I went into it because I had limited resources. So that really helps me not to waste time, not to waste money, because if you go into things without a plan, you end up really burning a lot of cash and wasting a lot of time. And so, that's one aspect. For creative thinking, being a creative thinker really helped me come up with all my books and the creativity school. So that that's why I'm such a advocate for creative thinking. All of these books are written on topics that I have, experience with and things that I've learned from my own life.
So let's talk about what you mentioned. I like that, creative thinking. A lot of people hear the word creative thinking and what comes into the mind is just thinking. So what is different between thinking and creative thinking? Maybe define that first before we go deeper dive into it.
So thinking is I would define thinking as just having, a random thought like, what am I going to have for lunch today? How am I going to get from point A to point B? That would just be thinking. Creative thinking would be, okay, I have 1 egg, 1 tomato, 1 piece of lettuce. How can I put those ingredients together to make myself a really nice meal? So that would be creative. Another example would be, okay, I have to get from point A to B, but I only have $4.66. So how am I going to take those $4.66 to get me from point A to B? Am I going to use a bus? Am I going to use the train? Am I going to walk, part of the way and then get on the bus and then get off the bus and then walk, the rest of the journey? So that is the difference between thinking and creative thinking.
That sounded to me like it was a real life scenario for you because it's a very specific amount, $4.66. So,
well, yes,
it was, huh?
It was one time.
This episode is partnered up with Armoury.ph. Armoury is an online watch store and is the exclusive distributor of the brands TW Steel, Dion Milano, Fonderia, Luminox, and Mondane in the Philippines. Yes, folks, those are Italian watch brands. If you are looking to buy your next go-to luxurious everyday watch, go to Armoury.ph and enter the coupon code LS30. Armoury.ph delivers straight to your doorstep with a security tape to make sure that your package is safe from theft, arrives on time, and is guaranteed working 100%. Go to Armoury.ph and buy your first luxury watch today.
So you don't invest when someone says that a certain investment is guaranteed, because when they say it's guaranteed, it's almost guaranteed to be a scam. And nothing is guaranteed, right? Because if it was, then the one asking for the investment would be the one investing in it.